Hello there, everyone. It is your boy B3, back with another kicking, you guessed it, graphic novel review. Today we are reviewing a graphic novel, not because it's Godzilla. I mean, that's a big factor. It would have got reviewed eventually simply because it is Godzilla. It's something that I have all the single issues for, with some variants maybe, and I have the trade paperback as well. So today we are reviewing Godzilla in Hell, and the main reason I'm reviewing it is because it is one of the big inspirations for the current book that I'm working on, which will be released soon, All Dinosaurs Go to Hell. It's a story about a dinosaur, Baryonyx specifically, and what he has to do to kind of quote-unquote survive in hell, to make it a less miserable experience than it needs to be. So if you think that's interesting, go subscribe to my Kindle author page, link in the description below. It should be, I think it's the first thing in the link tree, so definitely check that out. Thank you very much. I have other books out as well if you want to check them out. So, Godzilla in Hell. Quick read up of the back of the book. Godzilla meets his greatest adversary of all time, the impossible tortures of hell. Each issue of this special miniseries will see Godzilla enter a new level of the underworld to do battle with the impossible by a wide range of some of today's most talented artists. James Stokoe, Bob Eggleton, Buster Moody, Iram Mustafa, and Dave Watcher. Bob Eggleton actually signed a book for me once. He's a cool guy. He did the art for a lot of my childhood Godzilla books. But yeah, this is a very cool book. I got all my single issues from my local comic shop and whatnot. So if you really are into the book, it's a little old, so finding the single issues in store might be difficult. But finding them via trade would probably be relatively simple, especially since a lot of the IDW Godzilla miniseries are getting reprinted into trades with multiple miniseries within them, which is very interesting. I'm not going to get those though. So it starts off with Godzilla just straight up falling into hell with some honestly fantastic art that feels really hellish and makes Godzilla look really cool. And it starts with Godzilla standing in front of this giant stone slab, and by giant I mean several Godzillas tall. And it has "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here" carved into it, and he just obliterates it with his atomic breath. You know? He finds a nuclear reactor in hell, and he's like, oh, I'm kind of hungry, and it of course turns out to be a hellish trap, and he finds another hell version of himself that he can fight. Mostly fine. There's like no dialogue the entire issue, which is actually very interesting. The next issue has like some quote-unquote narration, and Godzilla has to fight like some old enemies in hell. This one's art is done by Bob Eggleton. This is the Bob Eggleton art one. And they use the original 56 look for Rodan, which no one ever uses. I mostly see either Heisei or Final Wars Rodan used. Even though they were each in one film and kind of side monsters, I never see anyone use Showa Rodan, and I never see anyone use that OG Rodan. So I was very pleased with that, because that's probably my favorite Rodan look. As much as I like the 2019 one, that one's my fave. Also fights Showa Anguirus, which should be the go-to Anguirus look. It was for IDW, luckily. My boy Varan is in this book, which is awesome, because Varan is super underrated. And of course, King Ghidorah is in it, because it's King Ghidorah. You know, we see like a trashed Mogera, and there's this really cool like a fight with Godzilla and Space Godzilla that's pretty wild, all things considered. The art in that issue is not my favorite, but it's still pretty damn cool. And there are like these angels that they find, but the angels have Mothra wings instead of like what you would traditionally consider to be angel wings, and possessed Space Godzilla is really quite the insane enemy. And Godzilla kind of gets trapped in this loop where he has to fight the same monsters over and over and over again. Whether he gets killed or he beats them, he has to fight them all over. He's like fighting Destroya and King Ghidorah at the same time, which is, like, those are two of his strongest foes. So that's pretty insane shit, right? And then it gets to one of the colder levels of hell. It's very Dante. It takes a lot from Dante with the levels of hell. But to be completely honest, the levels of hell was really not a theological thing I was super into ever. But it's got kind of a crazy ending. There's a bit of a transformation that occurs. And I do believe in the end Godzilla escapes hell. He fights his way out of hell, which is such a badass thing. The book is really metal. It's super cool. It's actually probably one of my favorite comics. Not because it's like super good, because I mean it's kind of just okay if you're really looking at it from just a quality standpoint. But it's such a unique Godzilla story to tell. And I love a lot of the concepts in it. Lots of the body horror kind of stuff that's in it. I'm a big fan of body horror, which is probably one of the reasons I loved Immortal Hulk so much. And I will be reviewing all of Immortal Hulk on this channel. But yeah, that is it for Godzilla in Hell. It's got a lot of great cover art as well. Just a bunch of really good, insane cover art. I absolutely adore the book. If you're a Godzilla fan, you definitely need to check it out. It's just such a unique Godzilla story, and it's just straight up cool. It's just a cool idea. Someone fighting their way through hell. It is one of the main inspirations for my book. Once again, that is why we are reviewing it now. And my book's getting there. You know, it's getting there. I do have an editor that's going to look at it. I have a professionally made cover art. I'm taking this project pretty seriously. So definitely check it out. Link to my Amazon author page is... There's a link to my Amazon author page in the description below. It should be in the link tree. It should be like the first thing in the link tree. I already have a couple books out, but that will be the next book. Thank you all very much for your support. Just remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I will see you all next time.